Hello everybody. Welcome to Touhou World Cup 2022. I'm talking kinda softly because I don't want to wake up my neighbors because it's 4 a.m. It's almost starting to get morning here, so my night is kinda perishable, but yeah, I'm hosting in the middle of the night. And with me I have two commentators. I'm gonna give I'm gonna let them talk honestly quite a lot today. So yeah, you two can say hi.
Hi everyone.
Hello.
Yeah, so we have Riffers and Rysosis. I got those with me for today. And yeah, we have a really big match here. Took a lot of efforts to set everything up the way we wanted it. But yeah, I'm glad that we can present to you IN scoring.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure what to say, but I really like the match card that is showing right now.
Yeah, the match card is really pretty.
Oh my, I just seen it and it's beautiful. This is like next level production value. Just like our players that we've got playing for us, which are all
it took so much time.
Former world record holders. Go ahead.
It took so much time for us to. Well, it took me so much time. Oh, sorry, no. I mean, I took them so much time so that they could play in this match because we were playing in the qualifier.
Yeah, it was it was a lot of work to get this match together because we had 4 really good players and we only had room for 3 people to play, and it all took a lot of intelligent scheduling and like contingency plans and qualification matches and people streaming in the middle of the night for them. So it took a lot of effort. It took a lot of effort for the players, from the organizers, from everything to set this match up, but we really wanted to show you IN scoring, so I'm glad that it's here now.
Yeah, this is a authentic experience for Europeans because it's midnight.
This is when I was actually playing IN. This is when I would play because it's just most appropriate.
I can't play after like 10 p.m. until it becomes like normal wake up time again. I could never do this now.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So shall we introduce the players a little bit?
Yeah, let's do that.
Well, yes. So for Team Road we have Rory. Which is this god player in all of TH6, 7, and 8. He recently took on the title of the world record holder of Scarlet Team in Imperial Night, which is 6.65 bill. And then for Team Mine we have Zetsu, also called Iwana Minoriko. He is the current world holder for Ghost Team. The score is 6.643 bill. And I mentioned so much digits because the second place for Ghost Team, who is Levea, is only 10 million behind him. I think his score is 6.637. Well, I can't remember exactly, but yeah, around there.
That, yeah, they've been ping-ponging the world record between one another.
Yeah, for the last few weeks, it's crazy time.
It's sad that I'm not as immersed in the IN scoring scene as I used to be, because it's such an exciting time to be paying attention to these categories. For the longest time, not much progress was being made, and in 2022 we've already seen multiple times the world record move hands. There's no better time to be paying attention to IN scoring, and you're in the right place to come and dip your toe in, learn what it's all
Yes.
about.
Yes, exactly. I still remember the time when Zetsu first got the 6.6 bill. I thought the category was already like finished, but who knows? They're now competing for 6.7 bill right now.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of headroom, even like still within the categories, because IN is such a long run. It means that adding even just one extra strategy to your route can really add a level of inconsistency, which makes it
Yes.
difficult to even get close to PBing. So when you're really going for it, it gets really tough.
Yeah, and also like the general quality of the grades for each spell can be improved just little by little.
So in a sense, go ahead.
What I wanted to say is, now that we have a little bit of time before we immediately go into all the stage 1 shenanigans and wriggle and stuff like that, maybe we can explain like some of the basics of the game, of like scoring and such, now that we still have time.
Yeah, sure, of course. Well, many people think Iron's system is really complicated, but for general scoring, 80% of the system details are just like bonus add-ons that you don't really have to know if you just copy someone else's strat. So basically, the system is all about getting time orbs, and point items. There are 3 ways you can get time orbs from this game. The first is to shoot any enemies as human. Alright, I should explain what the system is actually. So basically, all of the teams in this game are 2 players. One is human, one is yokai, and there's a gauge in the bottom left corner of the screen. This is your human yokai gauge. When your gauge is below 80%, you get time orbs from shooting any enemies. And conversely, when your gauge is above 80%, you get time orbs from grading bullets, but this is only exclusive to boss fights. And finally, Iron has this really cursed system of familiars. Many enemies have familiars, not just bosses, but also like fairies in the stage sections. And when you kill an enemy without killing their familiars, the familiars will explode and turn all the bullets around the familiars into time orbs.
Yeah.
So basically, the game is just so that you have to get as much time orbs as possible. Capture all the spells, grade during boss fights when the spells are worth grading, and yeah.
Yeah. I think the most important things overall is, well, I think at least, like, collecting the point items as human is really important, because otherwise, like, they essentially multiply point items when they collect them, right?
Yeah. So when you're human, you essentially double your point item value.
Yeah.
And so the assumption is for almost every POC in the game, you want to be in human for that, and you can do that in several ways. You can shoot as a human, but it takes a little while for it to move your gauge. The main way you manipulate your gauge is by eating time orbs, by collecting time orbs. So what you'll see is a common strategy to change your gauge is when you're a yokai and your gauge is on the right, you graze a bunch and then you switch to your human form, and that the collection of the time mobs will move your gauge to the left.
Yeah.
And conversely, you can do the same with your human form. Is you can shoot a bunch and move, and then change to your yokai form by focusing, and then it'll move the gauge to the right. For simplicity's sake, I think instead of like talking about moving the gauge left and right, I think we should use the easier terminology of red and blue. It's very clear. Like you see your character go blue, you see the character go red. Blue is human, red is yokai.
Yeah.
You want to be blue for shooting enemies and collecting items. You want to be red for grazing bosses. And everything else sort of falls into place. There's lots of little systems for like micro optimizations, you might call them. But in terms of like the complexity, it's purely on this gauge management. If you mismanage the gauge, it really tanks your score, because it means you don't gain any score from grazing during your bosses, and it means you don't get as much points from items. And I mean, doubling your point item value in any game would be good, but with IN in particular, how the PIV scales, it's particularly rewarding.
What I personally find interesting as well about IN scoring is the variety in like high precision strategies. Like with some games, it's like one mechanic that takes over almost the whole scoring system. But I feel in IN that is less so the case. There are precise enemy cancel timings, there are very precise grazes, there are like, precise item management and precise milks. It's like multiple mechanics that you all have to master and perform correctly in one run. I think it's very interesting to watch.
You even get some moth-style speed killing.
Yeah, there's even speed killing.
So you really get like a whole... If you like generally shmup scoring mechanics, IN kinda has it all.
Yeah, it's very much the only game in Touhou franchise, I think, that has that to that extent.
And you can sort of customize it as well, based on what shot type you play. For example, Goose Team will have more score bombing. If you're really into that sort of gameplay, you can sort of add that into your experience by choosing a shot type which more aligns to the type of gameplay you want to be doing. If you like grazing more, I would argue a shot type like Scarlet Team really has some intense grazes, just because it plays an entire different boss fight in stage 4, which is a lot more heavy on some of the grazing you can do.
Okay, it seems like the broadcast is ready, so I'm gonna switch over to them. Oh, layout. There we go.
One of these games is not like the other.
Yeah. For some reason, Zetsu has Perfect Cherry Blossom open. I know what's up with that.
You can see things.
Oh, also for the commentary, to prevent that we like accidentally spoil each other with stream delay, I'm gonna screen share so you can watch there.
Sure. Yeah, this is also famous for not playing the game he's actually playing before the match. I think he did it both last year and also in 2020. It was like playing UFO last year, I think.
I guess like different people have different sort of mentalities for going into these sort of things, into these sort of tournaments. There's a sort of infamous IN player statement where it goes along the lines of, the more you play, the worse you get.
Yeah, Setsu's audio is a bit vibrato. Let's go!
Hey,
What
the
is he
match
doing?
has started.
There we go. It almost says let's gee. Alright. Oh, thank you. I forgot to change my name. Hang on. But yeah, stage 1 already has a lot of stuff happening, so maybe you can also elaborate on that already. With Scarlet and with Ghost, it's more or less the same tricks, but I think it does deserve a bit of elaboration.
Yeah, so a big part of the IN stages are along the principle that Rivers mentioned, that these enemies spawn familiars, and these familiars have been designed by Zune that if you keep the fairy alive for longer, it will move its familiars in the path of other fairies. So a lot of the crux of IN stages is keeping the keeping all of these fairies alive so that you can herd the familiars in, kill the fairy, and you get a cancel of which you wouldn't get if you kill the fairy very quickly. So it's a sort of risk reward system that very much rewards sort of keeping enemies alive for a lot longer than you initially would feel comfortable in a sort of survival manner.
I just quickly want to point out, did you catch Zetsu booting up, what's it called again? Rise of Heavenly Liquor? Like the really cursed Touhou game. Oh, the really cursed Damakafu game or whatever. Alright, well he started playing too now.
Yeah, we can already see the difference between Scarlet Team and Ghost Team in stage 1. Because the amount of time off you can get from shooting at humans is linked to your DPS, and Yomu's shot is much more stronger than the Scarlet Team. So, for example, the mid spell we just went by, Ghost Team doesn't grease that thing, but Scarlet has to, because you don't gain as much when you are shooting as human.
Yeah, it's why Scarlet ends up doing a lot more grazes, because because it has a very weak human shot. It's usually not worth spending a lot of time in human form, other than to collect items as Scarlet Team, unless you're doing like a long boss milk. What you tend to do is just graze and speed kill things with Amelia, while Yomu does most of the heavy lifting for Ghost Team, and so you can get pretty far just by you can get pretty far just by shooting unfocused in a lot of situations.
Yeah, I guess that's one of the reasons when people are going for 5.5 build, they tend to choose Ghost Team, because if you don't want to grade something, you can just shoot as Yomu and you won't lose as much.
Yeah, it's a very forgiving shot type for scoring in that regard. You also have access to score bombs, and the score bomb strats are a lot more consistent than some of the grey strats that other teams have to do. But they're, I'd say, a slightly more difficult. They have their intricacies at the higher end, when it comes to resource management, especially.
Yeah, at least the bombing strats are a lot more safer than just manually grades.
Yeah. So, I guess while we're on stage 1, I can talk a little bit about the niche little trick that you might see the players doing on Wriggle's first spell. There's a little quirk about IN and how the human yokai gauge works. You might see that the players are spamming in and out of human and yokai form. They're spamming shift very quickly. And the reason they do this is when you want to stay within the red side of the gauge. You want to stay red, but you want to keep the familiars shooting as if you're a human. So some bosses will shoot different damaku based on whether you're focused or unfocused. So the idea is that if you spam shift at just the right speed, you will graze as if you're a yokai, but Wriggle will shoot as if you're a human. So you end up in a sort of superposition of getting the best of both worlds. And it's one of the few times you do it.
This is probably the only spell that you have to do a shift spell like this.
Yeah, it's a little bit similar in principle to the Malice Cannon trick that Magic Team has. You can actually do it as well for Scarlet Team. It's called Scarlet Cannon. The only benefit is really on some unique situations in Stage 5 and Stage 6. You can get slightly more DPS in some circumstances. But the most glaring part of this behavior is Wriggle's first spell. And it makes it quite a unique first boss, because you end up with this very intense, very mechanically intensive first spell to start off the game, and it's why you end up with so many Wriggle memes, because you end up spending a lot of time on Wriggle optimizing this particular graze, and the other two grazes are no slouches either.
Yeah, did we mention that this is the world's biggest Wriggle fan?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Not Wriggle fan. I mean, Wriggle is his waifu, so.
Well, speaking of waifus, we got someone entering Stage 2, so that makes me happy.
The Stage 2 is timed to the music of the stage, so the order that you kill enemies in has to be quite precise. Specifically, the fairies that are going to come up in a little bit after this big fairy here, which is an important cancel to get just right. These fairies here have to be killed not too early and not too late. If you kill them too late, you miss a fairy spawn and you lose items. If you kill them too early, they don't spawn as many familiars, so you get a weaker cancel. So you gotta kill them just right.
Yeah, he had 2 +3s, which is not the best, but acceptable.
Yeah, just that seemed indeed like tolerable, or yeah, like okay.
Yeah, you'd rather +3 the fairy than +5 it, because if you +5 the fairy, you lose items, and losing items is really bad at any point in the game.
Yeah, each fairy actually drops 6 items, and because the PIV we have is already like 400k at this point. 6 items is already a lot.
Yeah, in iron scoring in general, you may think that the time orbs are the key, but the most important item are point items, then time orbs. It's just time orbs are a lot more frequent, so they get a lot more of the focus.
All right, it's almost time for one of, in my opinion, the coolest graces, Horned Owl.
Yeah, Horned Owl is a very technical graze. We spent a lot of time talking about it on the Iron Discord the other day.
Look at
yeah. Okay, nice movement, RNG.
It's always just such an incredible grace to watch.
Oh no.
Oof.
Yeah, it's a bit harder when it's diagonal, in my opinion, like the macro.
So yeah, it seems so it's in a sense random, but there's a random element, and that's based on her movement. You can get Mystia to move left or right, essentially on demand, by positioning yourself in the correct positions with respect to her. You can't dictate how far she moves and whether she moves up or down. That is essentially random. she's more likely to move up if she's far down, but it's not necessarily guaranteed.
Oh yeah,
So-
every boss in this game likes to move up for some reason.
And when you're doing these grazes near the top, when the boss moves up, you often have to have backup strategies, which are slightly less lucrative,
Yeah.
but are gonna stop you from dying and losing the run.
Yeah, and Rory just entered Mystia fight. So we get to see that grid again.
It's a graze that you have to handle quite differently between the shot types, because the movement speed is important because you have to move at very specific rates at very specific times. Ghost Team can do it has quite a lot of
Ghost Team and
granularity.
Scarlet. Like these two shots types are the complete opposite in terms of movement speed.
Scarlet Team has a very consistent movement speed between its human and yokai. So it has a fast focus, but a relatively slow unfocus. Well, Ghost Team's the opposite. It's very quick, unfocused, very
he
slow
did the
focus.
misdirection. Well,
Ror-
not that bad.
Rory decided to do a shorter version.
Yeah, I think it's just he tried to misdirect Mystia to the left, but he was just not fast enough to actually move to the left.
Yeah,
So
this is what we're talking about when we say backup strats. Sometimes if you make a mistake, you can try and force it and potentially fix it, but instead having a safer way of continuing the run, especially in a tournament setting, is probably the better play.
yeah, that wasn't a mistake that you want to reset for. It's not that important.
If we were going for a record, then maybe, but because
Nice little grace, by the way, there. From Rory on this cards at the beginning.
yeah, it's a very neat little optimization. And once you start doing the opening of that card that way,
Also here come the milks.
yeah, you get the one of the few score bombs that Scarlet Team does.
This is actually really dangerous because the iframe of Remelia's bomb is so short. Like you often just if you do it too aggressively, you would just die to the bullets.
Yeah, essentially, the iframes are ending just as Rory leaves the green bullets.
Yeah, just as the bomb ends, basically. Oh, so he's so close on that opening.
Yeah, here you can see, like, on Rory's screen, you can see some smaller graces that he does for the last two Mystia cards.
Yeah, I find this grace very relaxing. You can optimize it a little bit, but in principle, there's not a huge amount you can really get. So it's kind of like a little breather.
Yeah, for Imperishable Knight, it does seem relatively straightforward and simple.
Unlike this graze, which is kind of obnoxious to learn, because it has different behavior in practice mode from in stage practice. In spell practice, she aims bullets at you when you get near her.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But it doesn't do that. It has a I don't exactly know why it aims the way it does.
Yeah. What's important
I
as
think
well
it's
is that is like the first bullet she shoots, like right on top of her, is actually like 32 bullets or so. So, but if you're too close to her, then she doesn't shoot it, or it like doesn't spawn, basically. So that's why they would go like away from Mystia and then back up close to her. But yeah, this is.
So yeah, Rory is about to enter stage 3 now.
Yeah.
Nice cancel.
That was nice. That was a good performance, I think. Those two stages.
35k time, 35.6k into stage 3 is not too shabby at all. Especially considering.
Yeah. I mean, probably a little bit cheap in in his standard, but it's already really really good.
Yeah, his stage 2 cancels were not like perfect.
Oh,
But
okay, nice.
now these cancels are the trickier ones, if I recall correctly, though.
Yeah. Stage 3 is very choreographed. Probably
Yeah.
one of the most choreographed stages because the cancels are very precise, and if you miss them, you almost certainly die.
Yeah.
But he's doing pretty good right now.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
okay.
hard to tell as a casual viewer, but a lot of these fairies, they shoot at big rings, like these two that you can see right now. And usually they try to hit the cancel right as they spawn those rings, so they just immediately get turned into time orbs. Alright, mid
Okay.
boss.
Conversely, if you don't turn them all into time orbs, they all hit you.
Yeah.
So it's very large risk, large reward, and Rory did pretty well.
Yeah. Now it's time for Pyramid Grace, I think. After the milk is known a little bit more.
Yeah, you usually keep a few familiars alive from previous waves, and then you are able to get a big cancel. This Grace is quite beginner friendly actually to learn. It's got some timing to it, but it's not so bad.
It looks very cool though.
It looks
Yeah.
really cool, yeah.
And there's many different ways of timing it. Some people do it by counting, like a metronome in their head. Some people do it based on where the familiars are positioned. Some people do it by ear.
Yeah, you can like, for example, you can watch the rotation of the pattern, or you can use some audio cues. I'm actually really terrible at this spell.
Yeah,
Okay.
to answer a question in chat. Oh, by the way, actually there's a suicide coming up.
Oh no, not for Scarlet.
Oh.
Yeah, it's only for Ghost Team because Ghost Team
okay. I thought he did it in his world record, but maybe I misremembered. My bad.
Yeah, we will see the. Oh, Levea just ripped.
You might need to suicide. Oh no, you get bombs here. You need a bomb into Kane.
Right. Okay.
If you don't have a bomb into Kane, you need a bomb to do a scoring strat.
That's probably why. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
But yeah, the bubbles do spawn their hitboxes. You just move very quickly.
Yeah.
And then that way you don't get hit by them, and you get a little bit. You usually graze them as well.
Yeah, the bubbles have smaller hitboxes than like their actual sprites. There's a pretty big difference. And indeed, at the beginning they do not have a hitbox yet. They're just kind of spawning in.
Yeah, and Rory just casually timing down this now for not really any gain. Well, like you gain a little bit, but
Hey, until
whether
World
it's
Cup,
worth it to do this in the tournament setting is kind of arguable.
Yeah, I mean, stalling patterns until World Cup, I mean, you're also giving up precious reset time when you do that, so...
It's a very fun milk, I'll say that.
Yeah.
But it's not a productive milk.
Yeah.
So, a little known fact about this spell, there's not much you can really do on the spell other than try and speed kill it and make sure that you get a good cancel at the end.
Oh yeah, and we all have a really
Grace.
terrible grade.
Oh my god. Oh wow.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
okay.
He's doing it?
That's impressive. He just went through.
Oh, he's doing the full side.
Fucking
Okay.
madman.
Okay.
This is so aggressive. Wow. Oh my god.
Yeah, nice.
I didn't think he would go the full mile there. My god.
It's one of the hardest scoring strats of an IN.
Yeah, and I think we just counter stop to 20 mil.
That was insane. I was not expecting that.
It's insane with such little gains comparatively to its risk.
Yeah, Rory is a really aggressive player. Like he never does any compromise, even in matches.
I respect that.
So this is the most important graze of IN. If you fail this, it's a reset. It's about, I think, 200, 300 mil.
Oh, better. Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah.
So the reason why you needed the bomb, I mentioned earlier, is because in the non-spell you bomb, so you have iframes going into the spell to get into the first red wave, and then you can do the spell normally after this. You don't have to use a bomb, but the bomb lets you graze the first wave, which is so lucrative that it's worth the resource.
Yeah, I think this spell is worth like 300 mil.
Yeah,
If you
it's
do it.
huge.
Yeah, and like in comparison, LS4 is worth like 200 mil. So,
Zetsu is also doing Misty Agraces right now.
oh, he entered.
Or
Yeah,
Miao. Yep.
I think he was arrived this time because it's already the end. Okay, nice.
And stage 3 clear for
yeah.
Rory. That seems like a good stage 3. Like a really good stage 3.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he missed like 1,000 before mid boss, but that's totally fine.
Yeah. I feel when I see his strats on like Kane, I feel that he's probably, anytime he just passes Kane and doesn't accidentally die or something, he's probably already on a good pace.
Yeah, but the problem is actually in stage 4.
Stage 4 is hell for a Scarlet team. The stage itself, the stage portion itself is pretty simple. You just have to do a few interesting cancels, which are based on a little fact about the fairies in the stage is that some of them don't spawn their bullets if you go near them. And
yeah, the stage 4 route is fun and easy. It looks fun and it's not that hard to learn.
yeah, it's a great starting point, I think, for iron scoring is learning stage 4. But Reimu as a boss is, in my opinion, unambiguously the hardest boss to score in this game.
Yeah, this is what... Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No, she's just incredibly random. There's so many things that can go wrong on her. She doesn't really have an easy spell. There's no breathers, and a lot of the spells are worth. The Scarlet team gets
That
was
weird. Ouch.
Oh, that's a suicide.
Oh, okay. I didn't catch that.
Wait, sorry, I didn't quite catch that. If he died at the right time, then it's a suicide. But you can suicide around that point.
Okay.
But
maybe
that's
it
a
was
really
suicide,
aggressive move, though.
but it seemed a bit dubious. I don't know.
I don't know. Okay,
Because,
can you suicide that? Because the problem is you're not inhuman, so you can't really get a max POC.
Yeah, so you suicide before the time orbs fly into you, and after you suicide, you collect those time orbs to get into human again and do the POC.
Oh, I see. That makes sense.
Yeah, but this is really a dangerous move because if you suicide here, it means that you're assuming.
Oh yeah, I always forget about this bomb.
You do no miss until like mid boss theory. So if you die again in Rainbow fight, then it's not worth suiciding there.
Yeah, so
yeah, that
you can tell
shows how strong a player.
You can tell here that they're milking Grace from this non-spell as well.
Yeah, it looks so scary with Scarlet's movement speed.
Yeah, it looks really scary. Vermilia is really fast. Like, it's pretty easy to just fly into a bullet.
Yeah, once you're used to it, it's pretty consistent and very fun to do.
Oh, look at the spin, beautiful, and that escape.
Yeah,
spin.
That's.
Gotta do the spin.
The spin is so tense, and it can go wrong in a couple of different ways.
Yeah, I tried it a little bit. It's not as easy as it seems.
Yeah, some of the scoring tricks in Iron that look hard are easy, and some of the things that look easy are really hard.
Nice.
This Reimu non is actually really evil, in my opinion. It's quite random. She can choose to move in some weird ways. And if she does move in some weird ways, you can end up with a few walls that are on top of one another. And when you have the random red ball spam, it can just be a little bit obnoxious. I mean, for a player like Rory, it shouldn't be too much of an issue, but it's certainly not fun to deal with for weaker players like myself.
So will he use the bomb shot for this spell?
Doesn't seem like it. Seems like it's just a capture, speed kill, more or less.
I think he'll use the bomb shot because if you are doing a no bomb, then you would want to direct Reimu to the side of the screen usually.
Okay.
Yeah. You essentially, this spell is very buggy. It can sometimes not spawn as many items depending on how many things are on the screen, and so by using a bomb, you can manage it.
Right. Yeah.
And then you get the maximum amount of items, and that's worth sacrificing the spell bonus for.
Yeah.
Another thing is that there's auto collection after this spell ends, so you have to be at the top of the screen when you capture it.
Yeah.
There's a way to do it with no bomb, but apparently even Yusuke, the Almighty Yusuke, has only like 50% on that strat, so
it's very risky. Oh, this stage section, by the way, is incredibly technical, and it requires quite precise placement of your familiars as familiar. There's a few easier versions of the strat. I think on P&D list there's a few examples of you can use a tactical bomb and skip a few of the harder cancels.
Yeah, it's the only place where Yomu just can't do it without a bomb. I mean, solo Yomu.
Yeah, it's not an easy section.
Okay, next up is Demon Sealing Barrier, which is, if I recall correctly, more or less the same except a little bit higher, so you can grace the amulet's boundaries.
Yeah, it's you time the spell out. It gets a bit. It's a little bit harder near the end.
Or you can tell Rory is really high up.
Yeah, it's optimal to stay high so that you can graze three of those lanes altogether, but it's also really risky to do so because the skill bullets are random.
Yeah.
Obviously they are random.
Even if it's just a survival technique except a bit higher, it looks a lot scarier, especially since you also time it down. Compared to survival, because in survival it's over super fast with Vermilia.
At least with this spell you can leverage Vermilia's fast speed to get out of some tricky situations that the RNG can give you, but you have to be very comfortable with that speed to do so.
Yeah, that's the tricky part about that, because those arrowhead microdorches are a little bit dense, and because Vermilia moves so fast, you can't have taps that are a bit too long, or you just fly into something.
Yeah, this spell is one of the rare situations where he's actually shooting as human and not grazing the bullets. I think this is because we forgot to mention that
Levea is doing the second card on Kane, by the way.
Oh,
sorry, no, my bad. Zetsu.
Zetsu, yeah. And Zetsu did the easier strat where you graze for a little bit and then you go down, which is very consistent. I recommend anyone go try that strat that Zetsu just did, because it's surprisingly tame and it lets you skip a wave of the bullets. This is one of the hardest grazes on probably within IN.
Yeah.
It's very technical. The way the amulets aim is very bizarre.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the Mentos are random.
Yep. Yeah. I
Oh,
was about to say like it's probably very likely that the Mentos just like surprises you while you're trying to optimize your grace. That hurts. Oh well.
Oh yeah, it's hard to get through Rainbow with perfect spell capture. So
Yeah, that seems really hard, honestly, to do this stage flawlessly. Ouch.
oh, ouch.
Okay, please
yeah.
get through Blink, though.
Blink. Okay, Blink is random, but also not random. There's a finite set of patterns she can choose from. There's just a lot of them. So you can practice for every RNG seed of Blink.
Unironically.
That's really bad.
Ouch, yeah.
Okay, he survived.
I like how, you know, unironically the strategy is to practice every RNG seed. Usually that's like a joke phrase.
It's one of the few times it's actually true. And it's because you can see Rainbow kind of moves on this sort of pseudo grid. And once she stops shooting the amulets and starts shooting the Mentos, all you've got to do is make sure that she's not necessarily ramming into you or going where she's going to teleport where you're
Nice.
going.
Oh, nice, captured.
And that's a very important spell to capture because it's so lucrative.
Even with the 2 mistakes, this still seems like a pretty okay pace for the first run.
That's a really strong pace.
Yeah,
this is really good.
2.55 wheel. That's really, really good. That's like, well, the bump, a little bit less bump, but I wanted to say at least 6.7 build pace. But I'm not really familiar with this shot type, so.
It's definitely if not 6.7, around 6.6, just because you have quite a lot of wriggle room to make mistakes within this category. I mean, the previous world record by Yusuke made quite a lot of mistakes on Reimu.
We can also see Zetsu almost entering Marisa.
Yeah, you'll get to see. It's a very different fight. It's got some cool strats, a little bit less intense, but it doesn't mean it's easy.
Yeah. I wonder what we even want to focus on. Well, I think we still should focus on Rory stage 5, probably. We'll get, hopefully, a few more Marisas this stream.
Just talk a little bit about Marisa before he enters race, and I guess.
Yeah.
So Marisa, as we know, it's an icon of the game. That's pretty much the only place you see her if you're a survival player.
There is...
And in this game, Marisa, most of the spells from Marisa are not worth grazing, which means you can just... The optimal strat would be to speed kill, which you actually just doing that a lot.
Come on, Tay.
The only grace she has to offer is the final spell. And
Tay, please spawn the 1-up. No nonsense.
Sorry?
Yes, there we go.
The optimal way of doing Tay is the way that doesn't give you a decent probability of you missing that item, because it's basically a rank killer, given how lives are just score.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Each lab is worth like 37 mil.
Yeah, it's a very significant part of your score. Oh.
Yeah, and we can see Rory already has 30.
Wow, that seemed a bit strange on Rory's end.
Levea just made a mistake on free treasures.
Ah, shoot.
He's
Oh.
deciding to continue. I assume he wants to get a run in,
Yeah.
if possible.
Yeah, when the RNG is bad, it's not really. That spell can be brutal.
So, Raisin is a rabbit. She has a few slightly easier grazers, and she has one particularly technical graze, I'd say. Would you agree with that, Rivers?
If you, I'm assuming you are referring to the final spell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really hate that graze.
Yeah, it's there's so many little things that can go wrong with it. It's I spent a long time trying to come up with consistent strats, and I felt like some strats would work on some days, and then they'd stop working, and I'd move to a different strat, and it would work maybe for like a week, and then I'd have to switch strats again. But we'll talk about that when it comes to it. So right now,
Yeah, 3.13 bill entering racing is really good.
yeah, this is
Oh god.
going to be a strong run if Rory.
The Scarlet Grace there. This cute start on this card.
Yeah, it's minimal, but it's consistent, and
Another.
you know,
This is another moment where I'm a bit scared about Vermilia's movement speed, but it seems to go fine.
I actually find
yeah.
I personally, I've tried this spell with other shot types. I think Remelia's movement speed is perfect for this.
Ah, okay.
It's you just have to make sure that you don't just like hold the button down. You can do pretty long holds, as you can see. You can hold, let go, hold, let go.
Yeah.
It quite nicely matches it.
Yeah. What's interesting about that card is that like the way that the Ghost team handles it is very different. But you'll see.
Yeah, I think we might see that from either players.
So with this strat,
little grace.
Yeah, you kill the first two familiars to give yourself room to wiggle back and forth. And because Rory used so much of Raisin's health to kill the familiars, to get into yokai mode, he had to graze a bunch first. I'm actually really surprised he's going in between the two.
Yeah, people didn't do that back in the days, and now people are grading 3 lanes instead of 2.
That's something that's very new to me, actually. So it's clear that these are the micro optimizations.
Yeah, apparently it's only possible for Scarlet's movement speed. So yeah, you can see Levea is doing a speed kill on the.
Yeah, and Zetsu is doing the moon grace, as I like to call it, the shoot the moon.
Oh yeah.
Grace strategy.
Yeah, this is probably the hard spell of stage 4.
That's the only great
oh my god,
spell,
that was tight.
It can only be the hardest.
Can RNG like just wall you in if it's like really mean, or is there like a way out?
Like 99% of time it's skill issue, I would say. Well, if he did the way he does it.
Yeah, bro, he's just timing that card down. Illusion Seeker.
Yeah, it gives a surprising amount of graze, and it doesn't particularly get harder as it goes on.
Yeah, and like Griffer said, it's Rory, you know.
Yeah, Rory goes for it.
Yeah, he's doing this really aggressively.
Yeah, he seems to really play aggressively, and well,
like most people just sit there and stream the bullets. He's actually actively moving around to grid. Everything in reach.
Yeah, that was fine.
And when it comes to bad RNG on Shoot the Moon as well, you can mitigate that by killing the boss. As well. That's also an option, like later on in the spell. So there's little things you can do. It's obviously not optimal, but you can save yourself from bad RNG, not just with your movement, but also with your shot.
I like this Grace as well. It's not that special, but like I mean, for Mindstopper with Rory, the thing that he did at the beginning just looks cute when he circles around.
Yeah, this is just about getting very comfortable with aiming these bullets just in the right location, so you can speed kill but still get graze in between the waves. And this is Invisible Full Moon. This is the hard spell of stage 5. It requires some precise movement so that that when you're on top of the familiars, they don't spawn bullets. So you spawn gaps for yourself to go back up and graze.
It seems for It seems for IN you gotta be really good at like drawing circles quickly with like your arrow keys.
Yeah, it's a circle grazing game in terms of its grazing profile. It's probably not a bad game to play on stick because of it.
Yeah, actual players under Alaska and local.
Alright, Remote Rabbit coming in.
Yeah, this is honestly not that hard.
Is it just a speed
kill?
Yeah, Vermilia does so much damage on this spell.
Yeah, nice. There we go.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't jinx it, but...
the space, though. This looks really nice.
This
is
meaty.
insane.
Yeah.
Zetsu's not doing too bad coming behind.
Oh yeah, Zetsu's already on T as well. Come on.
Okay, Levea is also doing the safer version of Shoot the Moon.
Yeah, this is...
Nice. Thank you, T, for the 1-up.
So, even though it looks like Rory can PB with this pace, we're only halfway through, because we may have defeated Reimu, but we still got another one of the arguably hardest bosses in the game, Kaguya, and everyone has to face her, and she is very, very mean. All of her spells are worth huge amounts of score, so you have to capture them all.
Rory really likes to time all Kaguya's first now, for like no reason.
Oh boy. Timing out all
I'm not sure if we will see that though.
God,
yeah, the opening is static, so not really.
Yeah, there's an easier strat for that, but I assume with that with the strat Rory did there, you get slightly more time just because you shoot with your human form a little bit. This section is very tense, the Scarlet team, because in principle you should always be able to deal with these fairies, but they can give some pretty awkward RNG. Right now, Rory's not doing too bad.
He just microed the... I mean, he just went through the lanes.
Oh, yeah. You can do this. Nice. Good.
The general principle with that stage is that you want to place your familiars, hope that one of them...
He's doing a bomb strat.
Interesting.
He's really going full hog.
Wait, is that even worth it?
I did not expect that one, honestly. Jeez. This
maybe it's before the God Management, sorry.
Oh my god.
Rory doesn't want either of his opponents to have any chance.
I think he just wants to set world record. I don't think that's quite within reach, but it is like a really strong run. Or is it still? I honestly don't know.
Yeah, one thing about the rubric this time is that if Ghost gets like 6.4 bill, you essentially need a new world record to beat that. So
Unfortunate Hanage internet there. But okay. Please be nice, stream.
This graze is quite scary, just because the micro that you have to do in between the grazes, a Scarlet team are quite
Very nice.
Very cool.
Optimal cancel.
Yeah, what I wanted to say is like
What?
this category seems like you have to be so dedicated and aggressive and confident for so many of these strategies. Like timing down stuff still on like the final boss and doing these special grazes. Seems really spooky.
You get so used to spells lasting that long that when you go back to playing survival, you get very confused. The spells are all dead. Like I only
Yeah.
did 2 waves of this. There's supposed to be 10.
Yeah.
But it also kind of makes sense that if you're timing these spells down, you see them a lot more. Like if you do 10 waves of a spell and you do that the same amount of times than if you practiced it and it only did 2 waves, you're going to get a lot more practice in general from that. And IN, like overall, like doing aggressive strats is nice, but consistency is key. Mistakes cost you a lot.
Levea got the extend.
Nice.
Well, morning is coming in at my place. Like the sky is getting pretty light blue, so I think it's a good moment to start the fight. Against Kaguya.
It's scenic.
Oh my god.
Okay, Rory is grazing.
Why, Rory? Why are you doing
Don't
this?
do this to yourself with this freaking non of all things.
This non is surprisingly okay, I would say.
Yeah, as Ramilia, I actually do find it nice as well. I like the speed on this.
I want to do it like this, so.
I mean, yeah, this is still very, very advanced.
Oh.
That was scary though.
You can tell that Rory has spent a lot of time just doing
Nice.
this.
Please don't do this. Please just kill it.
Just
Oh
Rory
my
is
God.
abusing the movement
Going
speed
mental.
of Vermelia. This is a complete mastery of his
You
shot
don't
type.
even gain that, like, you gain like, I don't know, 7 mil from this.
Oh,
That's bad.
that's a lot of.
And you
That's
just
a lot of
lost
score.
like 70 mil from that.
Yeah, that's just
That-
70 million points. Rip.
So almost
Well,
certainly no
not quite,
PB.
but
Okay, almost then.
Still a
that
strong
was,
score. But
that hurts a lot.
Kaguya's hard.
Oh, but
Very
it's still okay. The run is not over yet.
Yeah.
like, if this run finishes with no more huge mistakes, it's still going to be very hard for Zetsu and Levea
Yeah.
to deal with it.
Ooh, Zetsu into stage 6 as well. And Levea
Yeah,
and
that's-
Raisin. This is
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, they will do the bomb strat. Yeah, I'm not sure which one we should watch. Because the bomb strat is kind of interesting.
I'm really just impressed by Rory just immediately going like so aggressive. I'm used to first runs being a bit gentler. Then again, that death, I mean, you know, that death that he had, it's tolerable now, but maybe, you know, if this wins, or like if he does a good Kaguya now, then he can't make a death like that on his next run.
Okay, nice BD capture. Not a huge problem for Scarlet, usually. So. Yeah, and I think if he grazes the first round, he will probably also time down this one.
Oh man, timing down this thing. Oh my god.
There is a method to this thing's madness, but it's still really random. you
Oh,
can
he didn't do the time down. Okay.
Rory still has some reservations.
Oh yeah, and yeah, technically you can also grid this, but
yeah,
he's doing
yeah.
a speed
he's doing the
kill.
speed kill instead. Maybe he didn't
not-
time the kills right. I don't know.
To do the speed kill, you have to do the Scarlet Cannon trick, and it doesn't give. It gives you maybe like maximum like 10 mil more, if that. It's lucrative, but it's very risky because you have to be quite precise of where you place your shots, and if it goes wrong, you lose a lot of score. I think Rory just wants to get this run under his belt, maybe.
Yeah,
He's
I
probably
can
just
imagine.
so super comfortable with the first round grade. Although it looks really
Or
scary.
Graces.
What is Rory doing?
Is this Graces? Is he?
Yeah, it's because he wants to shoot and not kill it, so he
He
went
needs
to the
to go.
side.
He needs to go into Yokai
Yeah.
for Life Spring Infinity when it starts, so he
Yeah,
can get
but-
more time orbs from this Grace right here, right? Or not? Is
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
I think he would have just gotten into into yokai form, but just barely. Maybe he wanted to
Guarantee it.
just to guarantee it, because you don't really have a lot of time to look at your gauge.
Mm-hmm. Oh
Even
man,
do-
Zetsu's also a Kaguya. Alright, Horai Jewel time.
Okay, so Zetsu is like 100 mil less entering Kaguya than Rory.
You get slightly more. Am I right in thinking you have slightly more PIV as Ghost Team?
I can't really see the numbers from here, so
Yeah, I think. Just a little note. So this Horai Jewel is entirely routed.
oh no.
That's
he recover?
painful.
It's
That's
really hard to
bad.
recover, especially when you die this early. So,
Oh no.
but I think he recovered.
I think it
oh
looks.
wait, no, another right.
No,
Yeah, he's
no. Ouch. Ouch.
Going off route in Horai Jewel.
Ah.
It's a very quick death.
Yeah, 99% of the time. Well, at least I don't know how to recover this thing.
You have to practice, I think. You have to practice recovery specifically.
Yeah.
It's not something you can do off of the cuff. The timings are very precise. And it
Yeah,
seems that
yeah.
he's switching to the vertical strat.
Oh yeah, I think he
guess-
does that in the second half of the grade anyway. Always.
Yeah.
He always
Oh.
does that.
Really? That's interesting. I guess it
Well,
makes it
that's
easier to
like-
get to the top.
Yeah, that's like 100 mil loss.
Yeah, that's a
Probably.
big loss. But like for the Touhou World Cups for the first run still seems fairly good. Let's hope the last spells go
Yeah,
well.
still really strong.
Yeah.
So,
These last spells have uncapped score bonuses, so any time mobs you gain massively increase the score you get. So you see some very precise.
but yeah, he's doing the harder one.
You may
Oh
not
my
be able to
God,
see
you
him, but
can't-
he's doing some.
He's
He's
doing
doing
some
some
crazy
intense
stuff.
movements.
Oh my god. He was moving inside there. That was amazing.
He always does that for like
Yeah, so
few
the
millions
second,
SCP.
this spell and the spell afterwards are more or less the survival strategies, except you do them closer to Kaguya, so you get more grace.
Yeah, there is a strat on this spell that I've seen only Alan do, where you go really close, like even higher than this.
Yeah, I can
but
imagine.
You have to have it. Can only really do it with Yomu because you have to do very precise movement.
And then here comes the hug, I think.
Yeah, this is
Yep.
another infamous one of the.
Oh, I think
Most important
something has
graces.
something happened to Levea?
I've been focusing so much on Rory, I didn't catch it.
6 lives, so Yeah,
Nice,
it should
okay.
be 7 left.
Now finish it. Don't run out. Okay, good. Good misdirect. And now it's Rising World time.
Oh yeah, he also created this one.
So this card is just kind of tricky survival wise because it's so messy.
Please don't raise this. Oh
But
my god.
I believe.
And it's worth about 80 mil as well. So you
can
do not
it,
want
Rory.
to.
Come on, finish it. I mean, yeah, Rory. I said it right. All right, cool. Yes, this looks decent. Let's go.
Nice.
Very nice. That's
very strong. This is
like a pretty damn strong run.
6.5.
6.5.
Yeah,
That's-
6.5.
Damn, this would have been a PB if
Oh,
Yeah.
Levea,
failed the
no.
two.
Yeah, if Kaguya went better, this would have been a PB for him, which might be world records as well.
Yeah, that would be world record for
Yeah,
this shot.
that's huge.
Levea just died in stage 6. Oh.
I always know when Rory's posting on Twitter because I see this character a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it would have been, if not 6.7, very close to 6.7 with a better Kags. But it's a good. It just goes to show that Scarlet Team has a lot of headroom still.
Yes. For some reason, Iron players like to stop after getting World War. I mean world record.
I mean, it's a very marathon-esque game. It's not something you can quickly do runs with. It tires out even the strongest of players.
Yeah. Okay, this is the final plate. Okay, yeah, okay.
It looks like Zetsu is going to capture Horai Joe.
Oh my god. Let's go.
Nice.
That seemed nice. Alright.
This is also like 6.5 build pace.
Yeah.
Just patiently waiting. Levea on Kaguya too. The silence. It's unnerving.
Just think how the players must feel.
Yeah.
When you read that dialogue does not last forever. You can't stall that dialogue out forever. You're gonna have to choose to go, or the game will choose for you.
Touhou has some very scary dialogues in the sense that you know that once you're through them, you have to just pull out everything under pressure.
And we all know that pausing is cheating.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Levea.
Ouch! Yeah.
Oh.
Dragon Bullet is being mean.
It's a surprisingly inconsistent spell.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I imagine like what you when you were going for your LNN, it probably gave you quite a lot of.
As Scarlet, it's especially since Scarlet is pretty good at Buddhist Diamond, but I don't like Vermilia's movement on Dragon Turret. So that was a really tricky card for me with the RNG move. Well, sort of RNG movement and the RNG bullets. It's tricky. It's a very tricky card. Okay, here comes the fourth last spell, the Hug. Once again.
Yeah, Ghost Team on LS4 is not trivial. You have to. Okay, nice.
Now comes the misdirects. And then they finish
This
it
is
off.
really consistent.
A little fact about Dragon Bullet is that it's actually harder at the start. It's more denser at the start. It gets easier as the spell goes on.
Ah,
Really?
That's why people die at the start of it.
I never realized that.
Why is it harder in the start though?
I'm. It's something to do with the density. It changes as the spell goes on.
Maybe bullets. Okay. Anyway, let's focus on this Rising Worlds. I have a theory, but I've like no idea. Oh, okay, nice. Yes, beautiful. Another Rising World capture.
Yeah.
You will just capture this spell like it's like you don't capture this spell that often.
Ooh, 6.52. As well. It's just
Ooh.
like, what is it, like 30 mil higher than
Yeah, 3 mil
Scarlet?
higher, I mean.
3 mil.
Oh, 3 mil. 3 mil.
This is crazy.
That is.
Alright, time for another Zetsu
need like a-
original.
Oh, Mystery ordering that ramen. Give me ordering one up.
What's Rigo gonna
Rigo.
get? That's a pretty good ending blocker. I love it.
Okay, let's watch Levea then.
All right.
Yeah, you need like 6.7 build to beat this score at Scarlet, which is the usual PV in TRC.
Oh my god. Zetsu, what are you doing? Okay. I wanted to say... Yeah. Oh yeah, but I wanted to say it's pretty impressive to see like all three players do a Kaguya at more or less the same moment. I feel like last year's match, you know, there were so many like early game struggles. And it might still happen, by the way. We're really not that far into the match, but that's a nice start for everyone.
Yeah, I mean, this is very different energy from last year. Last year we had someone fall asleep in the call. Or was it the year before?
I think the year before. I don't think that happened in 2021.
No, it happened in 2020. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, there's been a big difference in production quality over the years. But hey, not gonna lie, it is like 5 AM, so maybe I will fall asleep. Nah,
as long as Rivers remains awake.
Yeah. Now, so far the match is like way too poggers for me to even think about sleeping, honestly.
We still have an hour at least.
Yeah.
To go. Oh.
Toilet World Cup for Zetsu.
I did it going to toilet. What is he drawing on that picture though? I think it's Regal, but I'm not really sure.
I think so, yeah. Almost every image he has is Wriggle. Oh yeah, the
well,
thing
yeah.
at the bottom right. Yeah, he has like a crazy gif or something. Alright, another Horai capture there. Horai Jewel.
Yeah, I think this is like 6.2, 6.
Yeah.
6.2 pace.
Which somehow is like last place. Like
yeah, this is already crazy.
It's crazy high standards for this match.
This is what happens when you get 3 world record
I feel
laureates in one place.
I feel this is already like lowcase survival, where like even last place already scores higher than first place did last year.
Yeah.
Probably. solid third spell, and then after that we have the fourth spell again, and then Rising World.
The other two players are probably watching him.
Yeah.
I mean, especially Rory.
It's a long match, you know. I would probably take a break too. I mean, I did as well on mine. Alright. Spell number 4. Hey, Zetsu's back. There we go, nice. Alright, you can do it.
Yeah, it's not easy to go out from there.
Here comes Rising World. Do we see 3 caps in a row? I believe. You can get pretty darn good at Rising World if I recall correctly. Like,
yeah, I remember seeing a screenshot from Jovio. He has
nice.
like 8 out of 10 this spell, which is like crazy.
You say last spell 4 is...
Yes, 3 captures. Beautiful.
Nice.
That must feel pretty good for Levea, even though maybe not the score he wanted.
Still 6.3.
It's still more than respectable. A good way of starting off.
Yeah, so it beats last year's first place, basically.
But yeah, someone in the chat mentioned that last spell 4 is satisfying to listen to. I actually do that spell entirely by ear. I spend my entire time looking at that spell for like purely the dodging aspect afterwards. Everything else is by ear.
54.402 points. The chat Guya. I can almost not read that. Was loved by many Japanese men even though she didn't try to stand out. Horai-san, a true pure name with no alterations. Items willingly fight for her. Oh my god. Had to find something last minute, so enjoy.
Rory is
practicing. Practicing Horai Jewel. Yeah, that death was really unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean it's harder for Scarlet because the movement speed is too high for the process paths in these grades.
Yeah, so for the people asking about like the World Cup score difference being so big between between like Scarlet and Ghost, it's because Scarlet I think has a bit more score potential.
Yeah, Scarlet can go much higher. Ghost team has been pushed really far. The world record can be improved by 10 mil here and there. The Scarlet world record can be improved in the order of hundreds of mil.
Yeah, Rory sent me Rory sent in his Twitter. Yeah, someone just put it in the chat. His space is actually like 7 bill.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, Rory just... yeah, like... Where it happened?
But yeah, you can see that Zetsu has started again and is doing the wriggle strats.
Yes, this is the second half of the game.
By the way, if you want to know why these players get so good, just see what Rory's doing right now. Rory isn't even putting in a credit. Rory is going back to where he made a mistake and making sure he doesn't do it again. This is how these players get so good. Is that anytime they make a mistake, they note it down and correct it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, even during Touhou World Cup, where your time is really precious, a lot of the time players still decide if they make an error, just to make sure that they do it correctly the next time. They'll practice it a bit. Oof.
Yeah, we see Levea is also probably also practicing. Oh, he died to mind blowing? Maybe.
Yeah, this Rory Jewel is. I mean, I have a spreadsheet with all of the movements you should make on this spell. It's there's a little trick here in that sometimes you want to hold the down key when you tap left, and sometimes you want to release it, and that means that you have essentially like a second focus.
Yeah.
And it makes it so you can do some very, very tight optimizations here.
Yeah, for these fast focus movement shots, it's really helpful to use strategies like that, when you just gotta go really slow.
Yeah, so this is Rory's route. He turned into vertical halfway.
Alright, Zetsu about to enter stage 2. Waiting on the screen.
20.8. Hey, that's really good.
The other two are still like practicing some things.
Yeah, he's practicing everything he just died to in the last round. Yeah, the mentals in this spell is really, really evil. If it was aimed, it wouldn't be that bad. But it's probably just purely random.
It's random based on her movement, isn't it?
I'm not really sure.
I think so. There's always a gap that is. Is it directly below each? No, it's not. It might alternate actually. That's something to check out at some point. The nature of that.
Anyway, I guess we have a bit of time now, so my theory for Dragon Bullet, and this could be completely wrong, but I know that Tsun likes to speed up bullets over time. And I was thinking maybe the gravity bullets that show up on Dragon Bullet become faster over time, but that actually means they get more spread out over the screen.
Yeah, I think it might be something like that. It's kind of like in EOSD's rank, in a way, where some patterns are actually easier with higher rank because they're faster and therefore less dense.
Yeah,
I never noticed that, but it might be true.
I just know that Tsun sometimes likes to make spell cards where the bullets go like a little bit faster the longer you do them. But it's mostly in modern games that I've noticed it. So, I don't know if it's the case here.
I also think Kaguya starts like pretty low on Brilliant Dragon Bullet.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And so you already have like the worst RNG to start off with.
Yeah, that's actually also pretty important on Dragon Bullet to notice. Alright,
a lot of
Horndal.
Yeah, let's go. When we're talking about boss movement, Horndal is just about reacting to this boss movement. You can direct Misty a little bit, but in a sense you still gotta react to how she decides to move.
Well, that's really bad movement.
That is very tricky.
Oh, he Marco that.
That was insane.
Oh my god. No!
Oh.
That was...
I didn't know you could.
Ooh, Misty, I was not nice there. That's an unfortunate right after that recovery, but oh well.
Did you see
that recovery was really ingenious, but he still died.
Wait, what did he do?
He flashed an image on the screen, very briefly. I have no idea what it was, but it was drawn in MS Paint.
He just has so many images, like... as Easter eggs or whatever, just lying around that he's spamming in between. Yeah, he's S-grade shit poster.
This is so. If you were looking at Rory just there, when Rory's practicing stage 3 and didn't manage to kill some fairies on the left there, and basically just instantly died. So that's how stage 3 goes in this game.
I think he's practicing Dragon Bullets now.
Okay.
He went for the grid. That's why he died.
Yeah, he
Oh my
grazed
god.
it.
Oh my god, that looks so dangerous.
It's very dangerous.
Because the lasers in this game are never worth grazing.
The lasers are classed as bullets, so you can only graze them once, I think.
Oh no, that's not what it is. You can graze them, but they just tick very slowly, like I don't know, like 10 frames per grade or something. So you can never increase your acidity by grazing lasers.
I think most of the gains from that graze are just from grazing some of the bullets higher up.
I mean, yeah, like that little triangle area formed by the laser, it isn't really that big, so I wouldn't say it's safe there because you can easily get walled by the bullets.
Yeah,
I'm not sure. Maybe that's his way of dodging it.
Alright, Levea, please escape the wriggle zone. You can do it.
Yeah, we can see he's not doing really. It's a pretty safe grade for the last
Yeah,
round.
he's playing it fairly safe.
Okay, all three players are doing rounds now. This is like.
Alright, there we go.
Oh, 21k, that's really high.
Yeah, good stage 1. What's also nice about streams like this is that it's also like this multiple world record hunt, more or less, when they're all playing at this level. You know how for some games you have like players grinding together for a goal on like the same time and then they multi-stream it? It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't have... Oh, Levea doesn't have music anymore. Or is it just really soft? No, I think he... I don't hear the music anymore. Oh, I can play DJ, don't worry. He never had music? I thought it was at like 5%. Okay, hang on.
Oh, he missed it.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, this is what we are talking about. If you kill the fire too late, the next one won't appear, and you will miss all 6 of the items and also the cancels. And at their level,
Oh,
this
there
is,
it is.
unacceptable.
Yeah, the music is back. Alright. Interesting. Oh yeah, have we mentioned the bomb at the start? For the people that are curious.
It was mentioned in the chat, but we can go over it. Essentially, Ghost Team gets a bonus bomb if they don't have full bombs at the end of each stage. So a slight optimization, because they don't plan to bomb anytime during the stage, is to bomb at the start to change the gauge all the way to the blue side, and it gives you a very slight increase in your time.
It's like, I don't know, I'm not sure, like 20k or something.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
that's pretty minimal, yeah, for one bomb.
But you don't have anywhere else to spend
Yeah,
that bomb, so you
exactly.
just might well
You might as
bomb
well,
it.
yeah. Ouch. Rip Levea. Alright. Well, Zetsu escaped Wriggle Drill for now.
I mean, it feels good to bomb because you don't get to do that a lot in this game.
Yeah.
Well, for saying that, like bombing here, bombing is like a. It's not as catastrophic as losing a life, so it's always good when you're learning to score to be more than happy to bomb when you make a mistake rather than taking the death. For players at this level, they don't want to make any mistakes, so they'll still try to weasel their way out of something.
But what is scary about that in IN though is that you can't really death bomb, or you'll waste another bomb, basically, and maybe mess up your gauge as well, right?
Yeah, if you fire up Yuriko's death bomb, it's guaranteed that the spell will be killed if it's a spell. And you will get all the items at their minimum value, basically.
Yeah,
it's almost as bad as dying to this.
Yeah, for scoring it seems like really bad to accidentally shoot out the last spell, or a death bomb, or whatever you want to call them in this game.
Yeah, it's for Scarlet team. If you get the Remilia one, it's really good. Oh, it's one of the better ones because if you could just stop shooting and it does basically no damage.
Yeah.
And if you get the Sakio one, usually it locks onto something irrelevant, but it can one-shot bosses as well. It's a very inconsistent bomb.
Yeah. All right, come on, Horned Valkyries. Be nicer this time, Mistia.
Very nice.
Okay.
Still high, so you're to the left, I guess.
Oh boy.
Very nice.
Okay. Nice.
Oh, he never does that final grades, but I guess that's okay.
Yeah. I'm just glad he's through it.
I will say it's that grace is surprisingly consistent. What isn't consistent is how much of it you can do, how much you can get out of it.
Well, how much time gain is that for in our the one just did was like 3,000 times, a little bit more than 3,000, I think. And if you go all out, you should get like, I don't know, 4.2k or something. So yeah, 3,000 at this point is like what's that? 15 mil, I think. So it's a lot actually.
Yeah, it's. But when you have a scoring system that compounds as much as IN, it's even these early.
All right, here come the milks bombs for Zetsu.
There's a mysterious player that can get like 5k on that spell, but we will not talk about that.
Yeah, so Yuyuko's bomb is like amazing for grazing, but there's like a bit of a tricky thing about it because your grace box disappears when you activate the bomb for like quite a while, right?
Yeah, it's once the bullets, the butterflies are really far away. That's when you can start actually grazing. So you got to make sure that you're not that you're just using that time to position yourself for the grazing itself.
Yeah, because I remember when I was watching like some score runs, I was thinking like, wow, they're shooting out the bombs so early. Is this timing just not that tight? But like it's often actually pretty tight. It's just that if you should do it earlier than what you would expect, because that grace box is just not there when you bomb until like a few frames later.
Yeah, it requires a very a lot of practice because it's very unintuitive.
Yeah. And that's gonna be, or that is really important from what I could tell, especially on Racing. With the grace strategies that you get there. Alright. Nice one, Zetsu. Oh right, I forgot about this spell.
There is a few optimizations you can do in this spell. The problem is that the bullets on this spell take a long time to be actively grazable, and because of that, there's not really much you can really do to graze them. And the grazing strats that do exist put you at so much at risk that it's not worth it. You might graze a couple extra bullets. And when you've got a shot like Yomu, especially, you just get the speed kill, and you get much more time from that anyway.
Alright, Zetsu, I notice, likes to take his time after a stage. Just sitting for a while on the score screen.
I think especially going to stage 3, this is when this starts actually looking like a run that can go places.
Yeah. True. Alright, there it is.
Stage 3 requires some very intense choreography, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, even that, like, the way he stops shooting is really precise. Like,
Nice looking cancels.
Yeah, Iron really trains you when you're scoring to not to shoot a lot of the time. Shooting the wrong times will lose you score, and sometimes completely change what route you have to do.
That seemed pretty good as well. Sometimes that cancel looks a bit tricky. The one he did before these like streaming fairies start showing up.
Yeah, it's...
yeah, he lost a 900 fairy there, so
Oh, okay.
13k.
Yeah,
Still pretty good.
Still pretty good. Could have went a lot better, but I think for a setting like this is more than fine.
Yeah.
What's his Rory
Hornell
doing?
for Levea. Something for Rory.
Oh yeah, to okay, nice. Okay, he's. Wait, what? Oh, I'm just looking at Rory's screen.
Yeah. I'm not sure what it says.
I think he's eating some snacks.
Ah, I see. I wouldn't mind a snack either, but it will be too much ASMR, probably. Table World Cup. Alright. So now we will see a suicide, right? Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, nice, nice. Let's cancel.
I always find that intentional death very cute.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they just kind of stand still there and just wait to get shot. It looks so strange sometimes, because like there aren't like that many bullets, and they're not that big, so it feels like sometimes they just miss it, or they take a bit more time to die on it by accident.
Yeah, it's... the iron wants to kill you on its own terms.
Okay, well, Levea is doing the Mystia Milks now.
Yeah.
So, not that much wriggle hell at the moment. Which is nice. I mean,
I'm glad. I'm just glad that the tournament setting gets people out of Wriggle
yeah,
a
like,
lot more.
yeah, definitely.
If you go to these players' streams, they will be in Wriggle most of the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, if, a little known fact about Ephemerality 137. This spell is aimed. When the balls explode at the side, they aim at you, so if you stand still, it's easier.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice movement there. But still, World Cup scores so much higher for scoring than for survival. It's mostly due to formula differences, I think. And also, we've had like really good scoring performances overall, though. Like, I feel the past bunch of scoring matches have been like very, very high performance.
Yeah, it's well, it's not saying that survivals aren't as hard, but the limit is like if you get out, like you cannot improve that anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
We need to add no vertical
Yeah.
to rubric.
Yeah.
Focus.
Pacifist.
No focus.
We do have a survival category coming up with some ridiculous ice scores. Did you say
Ah, right, yeah. Alright, that seemed like a good country, Grace.
He didn't kill the spell, but that's okay.
Yeah.
It's a little bit annoying, but
seems sufficient though.
Still, like, he already has 6.5 bill, so any mistake is kind of...
That is true, yeah.
Yeah.
The mistakes are like really important now. Yeah, this tends to happen in Touhou World Cup quite a bit, where, you know, the first run, there's no like minimum you need to get to become second place or first place, so then you just keep doing runs into late game. But then once the runs start getting really good on this leaderboard, you know, you're gonna be a lot more meticulous and a lot more precise on, well, the early game and just the stages in general. So you'll see a lot more resetting, like an hour into a match than right at the start.
yeah, these players have a very good idea of what scores they have at a particular part of the game, and what and just generally the performance. They know, like, if the run is going to be able to reach a certain threshold.
That's a good skill to have for this kind of setting, honestly. In survival, I find that actually really difficult, because it's not something you think about much during survival.
Yeah, and it's a skill that you can't it's not really something you can really practice, like, by playing the game. It's something you learn about talking about the game externally, because you end up talking, like watching someone stream and then like doing quick calculations in your head to work out roughly what that score is.
It requires like really deliberate observation. You don't really just pick it up on the side, basically, I think. Alright, Marissa time. That's good. We can talk about Marissa for real this time, even if there's maybe a bit less to say than with Reimu.
The most interesting thing, and this is from someone who doesn't play this route, this shot type, is that you have a lot more interesting milking, because you can aim your Yomu Myon at an angle, and so you can get some nice optimization on the time mobs you get from the enemy familiars. That's really cool, but in terms of there's not many grazes, a lot of this will just be speed killing until the last spell.
Yeah, Marisa isn't that bad survival-wise, but when you get nervous, it can also still kill you. Like even this opening, I died to it like a lot of times. We reset it again. Yeah, you can see that this is doing the big kill while I'm trying to maintain human. That's actually really hard for this spell. Very nice.
Our Assassinons do be looking trippy.
Yeah, I've always found them very difficult to look at. One of the reasons I like playing Scarlet Team is I hate these stars. The way the sprite rotates around its own axis messes me up.
The star haters.
Oh, here's a little interesting fact. That I don't know if it happens for other shot types, but for Scarlet Team, when you focus and you're playing as Remy, if you move left and right, the hitbox indicator moves with respect to the sprite. It's very bizarre. It doesn't change where your hitbox is, but it looks like your hitbox is somewhere else than where it should be.
Wait, but if you're moving, then the hitbox changes position, right?
Yeah, but if you you can change where your hitbox is visually more than it's actually moved. If you like rotate.
So it's not like
right.
So it's not drawn at the center of the sprite, basically.
Yeah, it's drawn off center sometimes.
Yeah, I think that happens with Yomu as well.
I think it might be it might be something to do with the resolution scaling.
Wait, did Zetsu do that right? I was expecting more milking, but I feel like he got kind of scared by the non. But maybe I saw that wrong.
I mean, the milks here are very minimal in terms of.
Okay. Yeah.
They are nice to have, but they are not essential. So sometimes it is nice just to.
If you want to milk, you have to not use your close shot at all, and for that non, it's really dangerous. So he just killed it for 60, I guess. Yeah, there isn't much to talk about for the Marisa fight.
For what I like about Master Spark, it's a fairly simple thing, but I like how they use Myon to improve the speed kill when they go to the corner during Master Spark.
Oh yeah, you can do the one-wave speed kill.
Yeah, the one-wave speed kill. It looks pretty cool. And I think he was going for it last time as well, so we'll probably see it again.
Yeah, it's fairly consistent, so
yeah,
not something.
So you can tell that like Myon, like the ghost thingy, is shooting at Yomu from this angle right now.
Yes.
And now he goes back in and he kills it like right before he gets Master Spark, basically. Oh, or not.
Oh, he's not doing. Yeah, because Because he didn't do enough damage with the mill
Yeah.
in the first, yeah.
Yeah, the beginning was a bit... wasn't perfect, I think. Last time he did do it in one wave, if I recall correctly. Or maybe it was Levea. I saw one wave speed kill come by.
Yeah, this is ironically easier with solo Yomu, so... because you can lock on the...
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, ow.
Oh, no. Ouch, Zetsu.
I think he will reset.
That is not good.
Because you lose 2 bombs, you cannot do the bomb milk for reason.
Oh no. Another toilet moment. Alright.
Yeah, he has to think about it in the toilet.
Yeah.
And this is the older. This one is used for last year, not the.
Certified my bad. Oh no, I ruined it. Certified Toilet World Cup player. TWC Super.
Levea
That's
is...
what's Levea then, because he's also in.
Okay, well then we can still look at Marissa, but you know, on the VS run.
Levea did not do as much milking.
Yeah, he didn't kill the familiars in time, so it's getting a little bit scary.
Okay, nice cap.
Yeah, the micros.
I guess this is just something you get
Oh my
used
god,
to.
that
Oh,
might
well, okay.
It's always so scary.
I'm wondering, I saw...
Yeah, this is what happens when you don't deal enough damage.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I was about to ask, was that like a cancel that didn't come out in time? But yeah.
I mean, it's not really a problem for both teams, but for Yomu, because you cannot kill the non-star with shooting the familiars, you often get walled to that corner and die. Okay,
That's
nice.
2 resets.
Yeah, I mean, he already has 6.5 bill, so a miss there is probably unacceptable.
Oh no. Hanage internet, come on. No. Twitch, you can do it. Don't buffer.
It seems that Levea is... Am I wrong in this? Missing a life. Am I right about this, Rivers?
Sorry, Levea?
Yeah, shouldn't Levea have 1 more life?
No, because he did a suicide in stage 3, right?
Okay,
And
okay, yeah.
he has
I keep
6,
forgetting.
he will get 2 more. So, yeah, that's the right amount.
Oh no. His internet was so good, like, during testing as well. But now it's kinda... Okay.
Well, he survived down 3, so that's good.
Yeah, let's go. Next slide. Yes!
And then probably on EVSN, because sometimes his internet is just goes potato.
Yeah.
It just skips a few slides, ends up to the end of the game with 8 billion. No one knows how.
Alright, it looks good again. Seems stable again.
It does remind me of when I was playing Iron a lot. I had a dream that I found a new strat that made 7 billion possible, but I woke up and I forgot the strat. I don't think it exists, but a girl can dream.
Yeah, like well, we have 15 minutes left. Rory is still in stage 1. This is getting scary.
Yeah, how long would it take before you reach before you reach stage 4 more or less?
Probably that amount of time.
I mean, if you don't reset, it's like 15 minutes. If you reset, it's forever.
Okay, yeah.
Here's a question, Rivers. On Shoot the Moon, where do you actually look?
I usually just look about the place where I am and watch for the lasers near me.
Okay.
I mean, it depends on which direction you're going. So if you're going left, you're watching towards the left, right? And potentially,
I like how quickly Levea can misdirect the Master Sparks on this final card.
Yeah, that's a relatively new strat.
Wow, that was really fast.
Yeah, that's a that's a speed kill that's fairly recent.
Yeah, that was incredibly quick. I was expecting at least like 3 waves there, but that was 2 waves, basically.
Yeah, it's not always possible, but it can be made fairly consistent. If you don't have enough DPS, you just go for another wave basically. So it's not really risky.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Alright, luckily we get to see another stage 5. I hope that we also get to see one more Kaguya. That'd be sick.
Yep, and Rory has left Rico. So stage 2. Scarlet stage 2 is really strong because you can control how you want to kill the fairies.
Yeah.
Each one of them.
Yeah, it's very surgical.
Yeah, surgical. Oh, he didn't kill that last fight, but it's okay. Nice, 220k.
Ooh.
Born Valve coming up for Rory again.
Yep. This might just be my bias, but I still think Scarlet is harder on that spell because the micros are...
Oh, yeah, for sure, yeah. The micro dodging is pretty hard for Familiar's fast movement.
I mean, there are people who disagree with that, but still.
Yeah, I guess... oh, ouch.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I shouldn't have said that.
Anyway, is there anything...
actually...
We didn't really get a chance to talk about Tei yet. So, I don't know if there's anything else for like the first non, but...
timing it down is surprisingly lucrative. It's kind of scary, but...
Yeah. Well, Rory's PD died to that.
Ouch.
The second part of Tei has a safe spot. You learn the safe spot and you almost never die to it.
Yeah, well, it has actually at least 3 safe spots, so...
Yeah.
But he's not using a safe spot though.
Yeah, Levea
Here it
died
comes.
too much to the
Nice.
safe spot, and just refused to use it.
Tay gave the one up. So
Yeah.
that's good.
To go back to the discussion about Horndal, the problem with I find with Scarlet Team isn't the movement speed necessarily for the micros, but the movement speed for the quick dashes you've got to make on each new wave is very tight. That's the problem I found of it. That you can, once you're used to Remy's movement speed, it's not so bad to. Maybe you can't do some of the really surgical saves like Zetsu made earlier, but you can still manage. But it's very difficult to fix mistakes because you don't have access to Yomu's huge movement speed to dash away.
Yeah, that's true as well. Yeah. Sakia's
The 3.08 entering racing.
That seems
very good.
Very good,
it's
right?
Good. Yeah. I mean, look at those resources. They speak for themselves. Usually, if a score player's got all of those resources, they probably haven't been making too many mistakes.
I think
not quite what.
If Levea pulls through this whole run, does he still have time to try one more attempt at Wriggle, or?
No.
I don't think so, because they have 2 stages ahead.
Yeah.
Unless he died, even if he died a second spell, I thought he would reset and that. So.
Alright, in that case, I'm hoping that Raisin and Kaguya will either be really, really nice or really, really mean.
I mean, Raisin will take about 5 minutes.
Okay, that's says enough.
I mean, it depends on how much stalling.
Here you can see the Yuriko bomb milks really well.
Yep.
Yeah, you can also see that they're not just like sitting in the middle, because with the way that the grace box functions, it just wouldn't work that well.
Yeah, it requires some very precise movement.
Yeah, this is... Or at least, I find that it doesn't look that scary, but the actual precision behind it is quite tricky.
Yeah, just look at the time counter, it increases like crazy.
Yeah.
You can get like 50k from Stage 5 as gold. And that's only possible because of the 2 bombing strat. To circle.
Oh yeah, now we see circle strat for the grace here.
It's not really necessary, you can just do left, right, but
yeah.
It looks cute.
I mean, there's some advantage to going up, down, and left, right. You get like the advantage of the. It's slightly easier to control and not ramming yourself into the walls, just because diagonal movement.
And there's a little detail. He unfocused near the end of the series because the cancel you get from the Naxxla isn't enough to move your god all the way to him. So you have to prepare yourself a little bit for the next spell.
Yeah, there's lots of subtle gorge control that happens that it's very difficult to see. You kind of only notice it when you start playing the game, and you realize, wait a second, my gorge is not in the right place, and I'm losing score. You got to do these little interactions just to tip it over.
Oh, what?
Is that
fine? Oh, did he hit not enough bombs? Did I miss that?
Resource wise it's fine, but he lost a life, so...
I didn't check his resources. Was that a suicide or was that like actual?
Well, that's not a suicide. It's just an accident.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he can still do the bomb nuke on the final spell.
All right. It seemed pretty bad. Come on. Ah, unlucky internet for Levea.
He has 7 lives.
I would excuse me. Maybe Raisin is like interfering with her own wavelengths.
Yeah.
5G rabbit.
Yeah, the boss's hardest attack is the DDoS attack.
Come on. Ouch. Okay.
Didn't notice that.
Oh, we switched to Zetsu's audio. Okay, there we go. Ah, we're not gonna catch the full moon, unfortunately. Like the invisible full moon strats. 2 out of 990. Okay, well that makes sense because they're bombing, but still looks funny. 2 out of 999.
At least we get to see telemesmerism.
Oh wait, the remote
Oh,
died.
That's a
Ah,
real way to die there.
that was like just a derp. I feel he just mistapped.
the question is, do
Yeah.
you continue or do you
That
reset?
would be really hard to get 6.5 though, but he can still beat Rory.
If he, I mean,
Rory's current score.
like how good does this Kaguya need to be? Does it need to? I imagine he has to
Needs to
capture
be
everything, right?
A perfect Kags.
Yeah, so either he resets now or he just pulls out the perfect Kag. Oh, I mean, I'm not really an IN score player, but I would feel it's still worth a shot. Because otherwise you're on Wriggle and you have to do everything again.
Yeah, I think you take the Kags.
Yeah, I feel that's the better option here. Just go all out on Kaguya.
I mean, he doesn't have to go out. He just.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right. He doesn't have to
I think he
like.
can still fail a spell and get like 6.4 or something. Live count is a bit unfortunate, but it's workable.
Alright, good. We get to see Final B one more time at least. That's very good. Even with like this, even with 2 hours, every player only got like 1 run in so far.
Iron is a really, really long game.
Yeah.
And it's a really, really long game that has a really, really hard stage 1. So you have like this combination of like a run taking so long and a lot of resets in stage 1. So you don't get to see a lot of the late game.
Wait, that's better. Okay, not so bad.
Oh man, I'm pretty nervous for Levea though.
He will get you.
Come on, you can do it.
I got to the point where I actually find grazing this non-spell easier than hugging the bottom and playing it safe, just because it's easier to get the gaps in the blue balls.
Yeah.
When you do the strat.
Yeah, I can kind of see that, yeah.
It's like once you've made it a habit.
Okay, don't buffer during Galaxy stream. You can do it. I want to see this. Yeah, this Galaxy in the pot grace is pretty nice. And apparently not that difficult. It's kind
It's
of
a little-
routable, if I recall
It's ra-
correctly.
It's routable. It's a lot easier with this team as well, just because you have a lot of granularity with how slow your Yuko is. You can.
Yeah, I have faith in
yeah.
Levea. These taps are really precise.
Oh yeah, final run timer has started, so everyone's locked in, and I see 2 people on Wriggle, so this might be a very short final run zone. Who knows? Or a very long one. Could go either way.
Oh yeah, right.
Well,
Yes,
I got the time.
Yeah, Levea is
It's 5 a.m.
1 lap short, but the score itself is pretty good.
Yeah, it's perfectly worked out. The game ends at 5 a.m.
Yeah. You're right, yeah. The game does end at 5 a.m. and it's like exactly 5 a.m. where I'm right now.
Someone did this as a joke. Did someone arrange this time specifically so that it's, 5
But
a.m.
apparently
where
this
I
is the only time all 3 players are available.
Yeah, this was
So-
the only time that worked out like correctly. And yeah, I said it before, but I'll say it one more time. Like this, like organizing this match properly took by far the most effort out of all of them. So I'm like really glad that it all worked out, and we can see all 3 of these players perform at the same time because they're all just incredible.
Levea is reverting to his older
Right,
strat
Dragon Bullets.
on Dragon Bullet.
Come on, Dragon Bullets.
Okay, nice.
Be nice.
Oh wait, scary. Okay, nice. Is this a calf? Oh, probably a calf now.
Let's go.
Nice.
That's very good. Alright.
I always think capturing Brilliant Dragon Bullet puts you on like a good mood for the rest of the fight.
Yeah. That's how it feels
Rather-
in survival, at least. Oh my god, that's a lot of
more
bullets.
like
Holy crap.
that's really scary.
That was really scary.
I always find with the second on, you always make it through the really hard waves, and when you die on it, it's usually to something that's not even that dense.
Still milking a little bit.
Yeah, I find it looks really hectic, but it's actually really fun to do.
Alright, Buddhist Diamond. Doing
Please,
it as
hurry up, please.
Buddhist Diamond takes so much longer as well on scoring than on survival. Or at least I'm used to Scarlet. It's like, oh my god, oh jeez, these
Nice.
micros. Nice recovery. Oh, so many stars. Look at that.
He's going. Okay.
If you ever wanted to doubt the skill of these players,
Nice, good capture.
Nice.
they can pull off miracles.
Oh my
Impossible
God.
requests, if you would.
The
I wa-
reading of the lasers there was really good.
Now I want to see more IN. Now I'm also already excited for the survival match.
Solo Alice LNN soon.
Solo Alice.
Alright, Salamander Shield. He's going for the kills
The
on the
Greys.
familiars. Yeah. He's going for the Greys. Alright. More circular grazing, sort of.
Yeah, it is a game about circular grazing. And circular grazing is just very difficult to do on a keyboard. Very fun though. All the players are still going.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. They survived Wriggle. That's really good.
This is taking his other
No!
breaks. Oh!
That right at the end. Ah.
And this is why, like, I said that this spell is not easy to graze.
God, that hurts.
Like,
But this,
the
so
part when you... Sorry, yeah, go ahead.
if he wants to PP, then this is still tolerable, right? I mean,
Yeah,
for
this is still okay.
Yeah, for this match. Ooh.
It's more than okay if you do everything from here right.
Yeah. Yeah, I basically have to do everything right now. I would like it if the internet had the same motivation to do everything right. Alright, okay, no. It's doing better. Alright.
Oh, Rory
Nice
just had the
grace
bomb
on LSI.
Horned Owl.
Oh, ouch.
Oh, that's bad.
But I think he's just gonna have to take it.
I mean, yeah, that's all I can do at this point.
It sucks.
It really sucks, yeah.
But it's still a possibility.
I mean, otherwise you just quit because he can't reset anymore. Alright, Horror Jewel. Let's go, you can do it. Get another capture.
I'm always so jealous of Ghost Team's ability to move very slowly on this spell.
Do we have like an estimate for how big that loss is on Horntown?
I didn't see when he used that bomb. If it's near the end, then it's not that much.
I think it was like in the middle.
Yeah, I didn't fully catch it either, but seemed somewhat in the middle.
I think it's about 50 mil. Zetsu has returned from the bathroom.
Alright, 20 more seconds of Horror Jewel.
Yeah, this part is the hardest. This last Michael. Okay, nice.
Here we go. Last spell time, almost.
Okay, nice. That's probably okay now.
Yes.
That was a nice Horror Jewel.
Still pretty... I mean, this is doable, at least for him to improve over his current score.
Oh, for sure.
He can get this, I believe. Go
I have
Levea.
about like 0.1 here on this point on, so not enough to beat this, but enough for second place. More than enough for second place.
You can actually stand in the middle on the spell, but it doesn't give you any graze. I think the bubble just kills you. But you can stand there for a little bit.
Yeah. Okay,
Because Kage does not have a hitbox.
The number Levea needs to hit to become second place is 6,347,814,900.
I say just a little bit more than his current.
Yeah, really just a tiny bit more. Like, yeah, they're really close, Rory and Levea, in the Touhou World Cup score system. Alright, let's see.
Look on this. I'm probably the only one who can choke after getting out, so.
Let's see, are we just... I wonder if like every cap is gonna be Rising World, or... Let me rephrase that, I wonder if every Rising World attempt will be a cap. Might be possible if he gets this. But I'm not gonna say anything more. I don't want to cause any jinx knows. Come on.
That's not too bad. The amulets, okay, that's not too bad.
Ah, he did it. I thought he had a way out there, but that was
The
really
mental
fast.
is a bit
That was
mean-
very, very fast.
Wait, but is that enough? That's in.
I thought he had some space between like the butterfly and the Mentos though. Those aren't very large hitboxes, but 6.323.
You would have gotten 6.4.
Wait, is that enough?
If he captured Rising World, he would have had that probably.
Oh.
Yeah.
But now he didn't. Unfortunately. Rising World, yeah, unironically Rising World's fault.
But this goes to show how much those last spells matter.
Oh, speaking of which, there's actual sunlight now. Rising
Oh,
World's
yeah.
getting too
Reminds me.
strong.
Morning now.
I think we killed the night.
Yeah, the further we go into the morning, the stronger Rising World becomes.
GG to
Very
Levea.
good. Yeah, GG to Levea. They played really well. They can maybe join us. In commentary, in interviews / commentary. I'll ask.
You want to ping him?
Oh yeah, can you ping?
Yeah, okay, I will do it. Discord is weird now.
Oh, hang on.
Alright, can you ping him?
Oh, I need to ping? Okay.
Oh, that was.
The Rory just died. Is that?
It's
I
not
think that's actually
intentional.
okay.
But
But I
yeah,
mean, he can just treat it as a suicide girl, so it's not. Oh, okay, this is not.
That seems bad. Ouch.
I don't think this
That's-
is.
Gonna be an improvement. Yeah, it's not gonna be an improvement.
He does
Right.
everything perfect from this point.
Yeah, it has to be like everything needs to be perfect. Okay, Levea wants to join. Just giving them a second.
I mean, in a sense, continuing to improve, you kind of have to sometimes just continue runs that are dead, because it's still a type of practice you don't really get purely in stage practice, I find.
Okay, Lefea's going to join in 3, 2, 1. Hello,
Hello.
GG.
GG.
You played really well. Wait, are you here? I don't hear my. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was really close.
It was really close. That Rising World at the end was
Yeah,
painful.
I practice. Yeah, that's what you usually expect though when you get runs like this though. That being said though, that Mentos is just impossible.
That was really fast, yeah.
No, well, had PB pace going into racing, I believe.
You were at
Yeah.
a really good pace on racing, yeah.
So
Yeah, the dash at the second now. No, the third now is a bit unfortunate.
This has been like incredibly high level match again.
yeah, I really wish I could have put out a much higher score than I actually did, but
Yeah,
I did.
but it's very hard
yeah.
in a tournament setting to get that.
Yeah, especially when it's like midnight when you're playing.
Yeah.
Playing half asleep doesn't really do any justice.
It was like incredible to watch though.
Oh, I'm glad.
Yeah, like So it's really well. It's technically still ongoing. There's still 2 more players, but yeah, this is just really cool match.
I mean, I think it's still impressive that you can sort of crap out 6.3 plus runs, just like they're nothing. Because to you, they are nothing these days.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, like getting 6 bill is already a huge achievement for most players.
Mm-hmm.
And getting way above that in a real run, like in a tournament setting, is like just crazy.
Yeah, if I recall correctly, every I think someone checked this as well in chat, but like this is one of those Touhou World Cup matches where like 3rd place currently beats 1st place from last year.
Yeah.
If we just go by score, like Touhou World Cup score or I score.
And I mean, like, the players have just improved so much.
Oh, that's just that last second. Well, I guess you can also see that they're just like 4 point items less. Or 8, I forgot.
Yeah, Levea, maybe you can like catch me up on like how the scene has changed of this past year since the last Touhou World Cup. Obviously, there's been quite a lot more records set recently.
Oh yes. I'm trying to think here because mostly what's changed mostly is just a lot of cancels and maybe a few other grazes.
But just to have like new, we're still finding new optimizations even now.
Yeah.
Like seeing Rory go between the waves on the Raisin second non, for example. Like that's just tech that did not exist until recently.
Yeah. The game has been getting new. Has been seeing some new, usually small stuff lately. Like, well, I don't know if I should. This is small or not, but shoot the moon, for example. Yeah, there's a graze for it where I didn't do it this run, but you start like close to the top right of Mari's side. You just take it all the way around, and and it gets like 1K more time than you usually do.
1K
Yeah,
is
but
a lot.
it's really...
I think last time I calced it, I think it was close to like a 13 to 17 mil improvement. I think. The only problem with it, is that the laser RNG is just really, really awful.
So it makes it so inconsistent.
Very inconsistent, and the fact that you can get laser glitched on that spell is just insult to injury.
All right, so we. Oh wait, no, I'm wrong. I thought Zetsu was already on Free Treasures country. No, that's a bit later. But Rory is into Reimu now. First non. Grace.
I need to actually sit down and watch Rory's world record because I'm very, very familiar with the previous world record by Yusuke. That's like a lot of my strats are adapted from that, which is very, very bad practice, by the way. Don't do that if you want to learn scoring.
Alright, escape the spin. Beautiful.
Yeah, one thing I want to bring up real quick though is that General Headquarters Crisis that Zetsu was doing there. Recently, I guess I found out that there was a way that you could actually just time down the whole thing and graze it all the way through.
Yeah, it's been a thing for a while.
Really?
It's just the only person who was doing it was Alan, and he only did it sometimes.
No, wait, Alan doesn't even know how to do that. Because he plays solo Yomu and Yomu doesn't do that.
No, you can do it with Yomu.
No, I mean for GHQ?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you can't because you will kill the familiars if you try to shoot.
I mean,
There won't be any bullets to grade at all if
Maybe
you
he was-
do it with Yomu.
maybe he was playing Ghost Team. He's played all shots, and he puts in credits.
Yeah, but that grade wasn't developed until like I don't know 2017, 2018, which is after he has created Ghost Team. So
I like how even.
but anyway, I think Levea is the first one to time it down fully. I think.
I like how even SP0 in the chat was like recipe of disaster, trying to learn from Yusuke.
The only way you can learn from a play like that is you have to have a program installed.
Was that seemed like a survival ball? No, wait, that's a setup. Okay, no,
Yeah.
wait, what?
It,
I
it
think that's a
was
survival bomb. I'm not sure what he will do at this point.
Oh, another ball.
Okay, another bomb.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Yeah. What?
Oh,
Spell put his field? No.
Yeah.
No. Oh.
Oof.
Okay, that's really, really bad.
This is
He
basically.
lost all the point items.
Oh no. Ouch. No, that did not go by plan at all. Ooh, man. Is there still potential for this run, or is he just playing for fun now?
I think he's playing for fun now.
Yeah.
At least, like, morally.
I mean, they're allowed to do it, you know. Zetsu's kinda toilet posting, but... I hope Zetsu will come back before Rory is at Rising Worlds, but... I kinda need to catch up on sleep after this.
Oh, same. I have a parade to go to at 11,
Oh.
so I have like 4 or 5 hours of sleep.
Oh, gee.
Oof.
Alright. Demon Ceiling Circle time.
Anyway, back to that GHQ. I think Levea is the first one who timed it down.
I'd have to check. I have a bunch of recordings of
Because at least I'm pretty sure Alan isn't the one who did it, because I remember he said in stream he doesn't know how to do that. So
Yeah, the only person on top of my head, because I know I saw it either he posted it or he retweeted it, so I know Futaro had something on this, and he only did like half the race or something.
Oh,
So that's the only thing I can remember.
Toilet break over.
I'll go look for those old recordings of Alan's stream. I've seen him do it. I just can't remember what shot he was playing.
I'm curious, do people get Misumarut? Oh, please don't Cheeks. Well, it doesn't really matter, the run's kinda dead, but do people get Misumarut on, like, this Reimu non-spell by the Yin Yangs?
yeah,
They seem kinda
apparently it's
spooky.
like static or something. I'm not sure because I don't play Rainbow, but I think the static one is like the first one, so maybe not this one. Yeah, sorry for the lack of knowledge about the Rainbow fight.
I mean, that's what I'm supposed to be providing, but I'm trying to recall.
Come on. I want to see a good fantasy seal now, at least. Oh, good recovery.
The way the amulets move in this style is just really weird. I don't really
Yeah.
understand how.
Oh, no!
It bumped.
Yeah.
Well, at least it's better than a dash.
Yeah, that's true. Oh my. Rainbow shot bullets. Nice. I
Yeah,
forgot
when
that's
you
even a
get close
thing.
to Remo, he can shoot the amulets.
I forgot that was even a thing.
Yeah, you can use them for extra grades.
Like 2 more grades.
Yeah, the optimization. They scare me every time I accidentally trigger them.
It's a fun
Yeah,
pattern
this-
to watch.
His timing is down now. His timing is down.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Ah,
that
it's
still
so,
seems.
oh my gosh.
Yeah, it gets
Sorry.
so dense.
This is dense, gee.
Spell just looks crazy just to
Nice.
get down.
Okay, blink time.
Wait for the blink. Oh yeah, Rory always does this as a setup screen for some reason. I don't really understand why he
Here she
does that.
comes.
I remember
Okay.
Obama saying something about this spell being somewhat memo. What's the
Yeah,
deal with
yeah.
that?
There's a set number of RNG seeds it can have. You just have to memorize like many different iterations.
Yeah, I just started practicing this spell recently. Not going very good so far though.
Okay, no, that went great.
Oh yeah. So like from a LM player's perspective, how do you dodge this thing?
I had a decent strategy for it. I feel it's kind of similar to what Rory seems to be doing right now, except with less emphasis on the grace. It's mostly just about also sort of understanding the RNG. Oh, last spell failed.
Yeah.
Ugh. Ouch.
Yeah, when Remo moves like that
Yeah,
way,
she
it's
ran
really
away.
hard
Yeah.
to. Yeah.
But yeah, you also sort of use the grid mechanics that are going on. You also use Reimu's static movement to set yourself up in advance and then just kill Adolf once she becomes vulnerable as quick as you can. And the only thing you can really do in between is just misdirect her so the purple Mentos don't go into like every corner. And that's it basically.
Time runs on Blink are surprisingly a thing, because sometimes she is just a bit too difficult to hit. If you misplace your familiars on one of the waves, it can get really tight. And especially if you're like, it's very easy not to miss the fact that you haven't dealt damage on one of the waves, and catching up is just not really a thing you can do very easily.
Apparently it's not like that bad of a loss.
Yeah, you only lose the really just the bonus.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Surviving it through it is more important.
Because you don't get any items because it's the last spell of the stage.
Oh, right, I forgot you don't get items from those, yeah.
Yeah, last spells never give items, so I guess that's why.
Yeah, I thought he missed out. Yeah, I thought he missed out on like those items, so I thought it was pretty bad. But yeah, shows how much I know and shows how happy I am that I have like you guys as commentators. You people. Because I could not have like done this host on my own. That would have been impossible.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't played IN in over a year, but I still have a dying love for this game, and I'll come back to commentate anytime because it's a cool game.
I'm very happy for that, luckily, because it's good to have like commentators for that just like really love their categories, even if they're maybe not playing it super actively.
Yeah, the best part about scoring IN is that you can actually watch IN runs and understand them.
Yeah.
Oh, oh, he's still in the last second capture.
Interesting.
I'm not sure if it actually.
I mean, at this point, Rory might as well just experiment. I feel.
Yeah, I've always been under the assumption that if you time that first knot out too much, you get tag glitched on Ghost. But I honestly don't at this point. I don't know what happens with that, because I know if you spawn too many time items or whatever, it deletes the one up.
Is it specifically the time items?
Could it
I
be
don't know.
avoided by not coming down the second now?
All right. Can we see
So coming
Master
down the
Spark
first now,
one
but
way?
you a relatively speed kill for the second now.
Yep.
Ah, nice. Yeah, that one was really quick.
Luckily,
Oh,
he's
Oh,
not
no.
Oh.
man. Didn't Rory almost die, like, on his first run there? Or maybe that was someone else. I think it was Rory. Like, that got really close another time as well, at the start of the match.
yeah, I think he, yeah.
I mean, yeah, this one will almost always be reset, but you know, when you may as well play it out,
Yeah,
it's nice to have some fun.
Yeah, this run is essentially dead, but Rory's just playing it out for fun right now.
We say
This,
it's dead. This will still get like a pretty okay score for the average player.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
He can still get 6 bill though.
Yeah. No, I mean,
You-
with that, just that it won't improve his PB right now on the board. That's just what I meant.
It reminds me of someone a long time back when the DRC was a thing, submitted a iron score run that had 0 lives left and 0 bombs left, and it still scored 6 billion.
Huh.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He's a little bit too.
Oh no. Zetsu, stop flashing images.
This is really consistent. Like, he has entered stage 5 again with like perfect pace.
Yeah,
I'd say he's on like 6.4 maybe, high 6.4 maybe. I'm not entirely certain yet.
It was like 2.49 entering stage
2.9.
5, right?
Yeah, probably 6.5, 6.4, depending on how he does stage 5. Probably.
yeah, so he has to play like really well to improve this one. Like it's barely possible, or
He doesn't have to, but
more crisscross dodging there, more zigzags. Or well, grazing, I should call it rather.
so we can macro that. Well, he's just trying to go all out on everything at this point.
This is okay. Well, yeah, whatever. Like I said before, he's just playing at this point.
Rory is a fun player to watch, though. Like he plays the game like Scott. It feels like Scott team was made for his playstyle, given that the fast focus speed rewards aggressive gameplay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I really like
average.
how he's raising that though.
Yeah, I don't know how to do this grace.
It looks, like he's just randomly running around, but it's
but
very
it's-
precise.
Yeah, but it's actually aimed the bullets, so you should able to like somehow route it, I think.
Yeah, there's a the way I would prefer to have that routed was to have it where she kind of like layers it horizontally, so you can just dash across it. I guess if that makes sense. That's I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
that's the best RNG for it, but I've never been able to get that to happen in runs. I can get it done in practice, but not in runs. But
Yeah, I saw you do that on stream. Oh, nice
Yeah.
cancel.
yeah, the other thing about that non is you also want to go to where all the bullets are just clustered up as fast as you can.
It's like one thing is like it's hard to remember which one I already graded. If that makes sense to you.
Yeah.
A magic team. Yeah, there are like three other teams that can get 6 bill we don't see in this match. So basically you have Border team,
Alright,
you have Magic
remote round
team.
it.
Yeah, please don't die.
Yeah, don't do anything silly. Nice.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, and also you have Solo Yomu, which in my opinion is the better version of Ghost Team.
Zetsu is doing fairly nice milks here, I think. They look good.
Yeah, those are actually pretty good. Yeah, the one thing I need to say about both of those just bomb grades is you need to be really careful about how you dash horizontally through them, because you can accidentally kind of delete a wave on accident and just get nothing out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you just cancel the bullet without
Yeah,
grazing them.
yeah, it feels awful when that happens.
I like the strategy that people use on the final B fairies when they give bad RNG to go up. And
Yeah,
then
oh
between
yeah,
the
speaking of
spirits,
that, Levea, like,
the zipper.
I think you tried to do that on your first run and died
Yeah.
somehow.
I did, and it
Oh,
exploded in my face.
ouch. It's
But I
nice.
mean, yeah.
I mean, now that I'm aware of it, I call it the zipper strat, but maybe it has another name.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this bomb is just for gouge management. Oh wait. That was scary. Is this still 6 bill potential thing?
We'll have to see what he has on Kaguya. I don't know though.
I mean, like, he only has 4 lives, so
I mean, I
the
guess
skill
if he,
bonus is a little bit less.
I mean, if he goes full super player mode, I guess he probably could. But
Yeah, this version on this version now is really just it's like a passive grace.
Just sometimes racing is kind of slow. I'm like trying to say something about it, but I don't know.
Well, at least these bombs are always fun to watch.
Yeah, the bombs are nice, but like Mind Stopper is actually like
It
kind of
stops your mind.
straightforward. Oh wait, what did he have? Oh no, that's the suicide, right? He didn't have bombs anymore.
Yeah, that's a suicide.
Yeah, it's a suicide.
Yeah, I forgot. Because on the first spell you don't see that.
Oh, and Rory is still timing down just now.
Honestly, like if you would go for the timeout or let the time down on this, you would take any opportunity to practice it. I feel.
I'm not sure. Like, since we have Levea here, like when you were practicing for this time down, like what are your cap rates?
Which time down?
The first caveat first down.
First
I
no.
remember you were practicing that
Oh,
just a little bit.
Yeah, it's like probably close to like 5%. It's not consistent at all.
Oh no.
Because like the thing with Ghost Team is that Yugo's very slow speed does not do them any favors when it comes to grazing mats. And
Yeah,
it
and you have to
really
go
is-
back to human near the end.
Yeah, and if you want to get anything relatively decent, you might want to also do it on focus. But in that case, you almost kind of too fast to really take advantage of anything there. And at that point, you might as well just kill it and move on.
Another toilet break from Zetsu. It's getting, well, I wouldn't say late, but it doesn't really make any sense. I don't know. I'm just like I'm a little bit like come on. I need to catch up on sleep, man.
Probably nervous or something. It's probably
Yeah, I mean it's fine. He's allowed to take like
yeah.
reasonable-ish amount of toilet breaks, but
Yeah, I guess 2 in the same hour is kind of unreasonable, I guess.
yeah, I mean it's gotta be the last one, right? But yeah, we have one more Salamander. Salamander has been going kinda strange, I find, this match. Because one time, I think that was on Levea's last run, that it didn't work out, that it like failed. And then another time,
Yeah, Levea,
Rory didn't go
that.
for... Oh yeah. Yeah, and I
Yeah.
think Rory didn't go... Oh yeah, Rory's going for the speed kill again. Okay. Well then, I guess that's just nicer for him. It does seem harder for Scarlet
Yeah.
to go all out there.
But like, yeah, Salamander Shield's probably arguably the easiest spell to fight, but it somehow still manages to kill me on decent pace. Because you can just miss tap. It's supposed to like do some down movement whenever you, two taps down whenever you go move horizontally. And if you miss one of those taps, you can just run into something. That's usually what happens.
I usually just do one tap down, like just do a diagonal then fully horizontal.
Oh, really?
Yeah, maybe it loses some grades, but
I mean, if it works, it works. I mean,
well, I think if you start high enough, it should be fine. But I don't know.
yeah, because from my understanding, or from practicing that spell down, the higher you start, the more grades you can get out of it. And usually, when you start really high up, you have to make 2 taps down. Otherwise, you run into something. If you start too low, you probably get away with 1 tap.
You can really get a revenge on Horajus. Because he died to it last time.
So he died to it last time.
Yeah, Rory actually died twice. Well, he died once. Yeah, I think he died once and then he bombed. Oh, he does a restream. Ah!
Oh no.
This is longer than a PCP match. Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, you're right. This is like, because Rory and Zetsu were like on Regal when the run ended, and they're just going the full mile now. Yeah, this is a really long... I mean, I can tell from my own body. It's a long stream.
I think this would have been intense. It would have been intense even if, like, it was like a normal time of day for us.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's definitely.
I think he can still take spill.
Yeah, I think on Zetsu's in here, that's about 6.5, low 6.5 case.
So not quite enough if he doesn't do some crazier things.
Yeah, so no 4.8 is usually the 4.8 to 4.79 is the benchmark for 6.6 billion usually. So,
But
I see.
Could he like slightly PB then? Maybe. Oh.
Probably.
But he did it.
Yeah, he bombed.
Yeah, never mind then. Yeah.
Okay. First non. I mean, yeah. Yeah, that was not a death bomb. Pretty sure that was just a normal bomb.
We're doing that last spell. That was really close. I think it was close.
But yeah, that's really close.
Yeah.
And
Oh
he
my
did
God.
it.
So many
Wow.
bullets again on the second non.
He didn't even gain that much. It's only like 2 mil more, 3 mil. Okay.
Alright, please, Buddhist Diamonds, be nice just one more time. Give Zetsu a chance. Not like he needs it, but like he's already confirmed first place basically. But it would be nice to see.
Yeah, Levea's capture on this spell in his last round is really good.
Yeah, I'm genuinely surprised. Usually this spell is just dreadful in terms of RNG.
Fairly okay horror jewel. Wrong. Buddhist Diamond. Ah, no,
Yeah.
Rising World. Ugh. I was looking at Zetsu. I didn't catch how he died.
He was trying to upgrade the
Yeah.
whole thing.
Oh, I see. Alright.
Oh,
Yep.
still 6,
Still
6.6,
6.
6.06. Wow.
6.069.
Nice.
Yeah. Planned.
Alright. Time for the Toilet World Cup Super to finish this match. All our attention is gonna be on him
down
now.
this thing because okay, he timed it down. This strat is actually really useful even for 1cc, like, because if you kill the familiars, you can just sit in the middle and do nothing.
I hope you guys like Voyage 1970. Oh, okay, just stopped. The music. Alright, let's audio switch. Please.
Levea, have you ever dreamed about Ian?
I think once. I can't exactly remember what it was about. Ever since then,
I have dreamed about other games, but not Iron.
Oh, I guess we need to play more Ian.
Actually, there was that one dream.
Maybe someone did fall asleep. Oh no, never mind. Okay, we're good. We're safe.
Iron is already the only game I play, so I can't play more.
Oh man, it's almost 7 AM. It's a long match.
That's a 1 AM.
Almost there.
Just absolute degenerate hours for me.
I think this is the bottom of the barrel for me as well. I get to sleep for 3 hours and then I wake up.
Alright. Come on. I want to see like one more perfect Horror Jewel and just like perfect last spells. And then we're
It's
done.
very satisfying to see.
Yeah. It's nice when they just like finish you know, the last bit perfectly.
I'm reminded of the that gorilla meme that you posted, Yatsuzume, with the I forgot how to do Horror Jewel.
how to do Horror Jewel, yeah.
It's me every time I come back to this game.
Yeah, this time was like really different from the usual Touhou World Cup match times. So I hope like a lot of the American viewers right now had a chance to watch it live. Because usually for American viewers the times have not been that good this year. Yeah, this is not really PB material now, is it?
No.
Alright, we're just gonna see him finish it then.
6.2,
Beautiful.
6.1.
It's gonna do one more toilet break, like right before Rising World.
I think it's more than that. Like you get 1.2 from this point on. 1.1. If you capture everything, that is.
Alright.
$999 over $999.
It's real iron hours having maxed spell histories.
It's even crazier for Zetsu because I don't think he practiced with TS Trap, so that would be all of his real runs.
Yeah.
Perhaps. Or maybe he do some post practice.
Oh wow, okay. Oh, right, the audio is a little bit behind. I thought that fourth spell was getting a bit too close for comfort, but it was okay. It's a bit of audio delay.
Okay, Rising World.
Come on. One more Rising World to finish this amazing match today. Oh, no!
Oh, yeah. Oh, no.
No! Not like that!
He's just like, nope.
I was completely off.
No. Still
I feel
6.4
that
B.
pain.
Wow. Still 6.4 billion.
Power of so many lives in stock.
Oh man. That was a bit anticlimactic. Alright. Here's this beautiful ending blocker one more time. Best ending. Alright, yeah, this was just an incredible match to watch. 3 really good players, and they all... Okay, the ending got me distracted. They all threw out some beautiful runs. So yeah, here are the standings. Mind got a very hot first place with Zetsu's 82-point run. 6.526 billion. Probably the highest that we've seen on Iron scoring in Touhou World Cup at all.
Yeah, for certain.
Yeah. And then Team Rose with Rory on second place with 6.523, yes, Scarlet. And then Team Heart third place with still like a really cool 6.323 Nether team run. It's like incredible scores here. Just an amazing run. Or amazing match overall. And tomorrow, at a somewhat nicer time for me, we have Hidden Star and Four Seasons Lunatic scoring, which I'll be hosting as well. And I think I have to do some homework today for that category, because I haven't seen it in a while. But yeah, that's going to be good fun. We're going to Pac-Man probably quite a lot. It's a pretty different game from Imperishable Night.
Yeah, you just press the release button. What else is there? I'm sure there's lots of... I remember that Obama liked this game because it had a very unique routing.
Yeah, I think RB's right. I think it's probably like... I think only one person will do Autumn and do like the Pac-Man stuff. But yeah, that match is for tomorrow. And yeah, I'm curious. I've not really thought about this category in a while, so I'm curious what's going to happen.
Yeah, it's interesting to see different seasons because they are so different in the way they score this game.
Yeah, these are incredibly different games. But yeah, those are the two matches for, or like we just saw the first match for this weekend. Tomorrow's the second match for this weekend. And next week, I don't know what's up for then, but that's like far away still. We'll get to that tomorrow after Touhou 16 scoring. But yeah, this was one hell of a broadcast. So I think we're gonna quit this pretty soon now, because we still also need to write out like the results on Twitter and such. So
Yeah,
I
and
think,
get some sleep.
yeah,
Mhm.
catch up
Yeah.
on sleep. But I'm
so
glad.
ready.
I'm happy though. This was fun to commentate and to watch as a whole. So yeah, I think we're just done now, really. So thank you all for watching, and catch us tomorrow again with Hidden Star 4 Seasons Lunatic Scoring. It's going to be a fun match as well. I'll be hosting again, and hopefully I have a bit more sleep by then. But okay, yeah, thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow. You can say bye if you want.
See y'all.
Bye.
See ya.
See you next year. Hopefully.